Renowned professors in front of us who can guide us and motivate the next generation client or lawyers. So I will request the professors to give them a motivational way and their career path, so how they can grow and how they can be a good professional going through this CLAT and law, and how it will be helped to crack a CLAT, who are the future students of the CLAT and who are programmed to become a professional in law. It's my kind request to them.
Why you are choosing law? Why you are giving your investment when I would frankly say thousands, if not millions of lawyers are already on the road having the degree and not having the job. So let's have the bite of the reality first. I won't show you the dream. And knowing that fact, that it doesn't matter whichever public or private university they are from, and if they are not having the proper jobs in the places, why should you be interested in law? Somebody might say this profession is dying. Somebody might be a first generation lawyer, second generation lawyer, third generation lawyers. And even if you're the gold medalist of your school, what is the possibility that any practicing law firm would be applying or inviting you as an equal partner? Still a very less chance. You might have to start at scratch. But these are the points which are completely in negative, that why you should not choose law. Getting a kind of depression that when people are already having a degree and not having a job, that does not mean that other person is not having money to eat, I may not have. So you need to look at the brighter side now. If you have law, and forget about that even the degree about it, even if you read the terms of condition of your boarding pass, and if the other guy is misbehaving, you can simply say and give a slap on them that this is the law I know and I know my rights. Whom are you saving? You are saving yourself first. If you are good enough in that, and if you choose a law degree, you might be able to save your family too. But till now, from interest to profession, it is still not paying you. But someday down the lane, if you are really good with the law, doesn't matter whichever institution you are pursuing from, you will be able to save your client. He said, the more you mature, the more grey you become, the more value comes into. And my understanding, I would simply say, don't choose law simply for the sake of a degree, a lip service. That you give your name as an advocate friend so people would listen at you, or traffic police will give you some respect, or in a police station as such you would look at you with respect because you are the lawyer. And sometimes in marriage situations too, my son or daughter is a lawyer. Don't take law as a chance. Take it as a choice. Not merely as a hobby, not merely as an interest, not even merely inspired by the Suits or any other web series. You have to take it literally like that it becomes your bread and butter. And one fine day, when that interest finally evolving into a passion and finally making a profession out of it, then it starts paying.
My view is, if you have done your class 12 and you have got admission in law school, the time is all yours. If I were you, I would have gone on all India tour, travel from Kolkata to Kanyakumari, Kolkata to Srinagar, explore your own country. It's a fantastic time, and maybe with relatives also. Whatever you have to do, you are absolutely free. It's the best time. So don't bother too much about studies and all those things. You have already done enough in 12 boards and CLAT and ILET, one parent asks, what are all these things? These are all law entrance exams. So ultimate purpose of any of these exams is to get into law school. That's the limited purpose of it. So, I mean, or travel internationally if you wish, but just, travel, enjoy, and be ready to join the university.
People generally draw a very dark picture of law colleges, that it's a very stressful environment. At least I enjoyed my time at the law school with my colleagues. Now, one suggestion is that, and it is coming from personal experience, that in our generation, generally students wait for things to come to you, right? For example, if you're talking about artificial intelligence, if you're talking about intellectual property, if you're talking about corporate law, these subjects in all law colleges are taught either in the third year or in the fourth year. Now, that does not mean that you have to wait until then. Go to the library. Open that book. If you are interested, go online. There are so many articles. So don't wait for things to come to you. If you have time and interest, Just simply go and search for it. Read it. It's not difficult. Intellectual property, I'm telling you, because I started working on intellectual property since 2020. It's one of the easiest laws. It's not very difficult to understand.
फॉर पेरेंट्स आई नो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. दो चीज़ों पे हम बहुत सोचते हैं. फर्स्ट, जब हमारा बच्चा स्कूल में जाता है हम बहुत कंफ्यूज होते हैं वेदर दिस स्कूल इज़ बेस्ट, दैट स्कूल इज़ बेस्ट, ये स्कूल में जाएं. दैट इज़ द फर्स्ट स्टेज जब पेरेंट्स बहुत ज़्यादा सोचते हैं कि किस स्कूल में बच्चे को भेजें. एंड सेकेंड इज़ जब वो हायर एजुकेशन के लिए जाता है. आफ्टर 10th वी स्टार्ट थिंकिंग 11th में क्या सब्जेक्ट लेंगे, 12th में क्या लेंगे, वेदर कॉमर्स इज़ बेस्ट, वेदर साइंस इज़ गुड, वेदर विल बिकम इंजीनियर, वेदर विल बिकम डॉक्टर, एंड कमिंग टू द लॉ एज वेल. Right, so it is very important कि either in any university you take the admission, right, but you have that passion for the law, when either you are doing law or you are going for some other field. That passion you have in your mind that yes, we'll do it, right. So coming toward the school, coming toward the department, every department or every law colleges are giving their best now, but it is up to the student who have to take up, right. So don't just think about that कि placements कहाँ पे जाएंगे हम, ठीक है, whether this university will give this opportunity or not, ठीक है. You are the student, you know better.
If you cannot travel across the country, please explore your own states. Why I am telling these things? Law is of the people and for the people. Law is the one of the key element which is always working for social change. So if you are exploring your state, you will know that what are the problems societies are facing. It may be domestic violence, or it may be environmental issue, or it may be any corporate issue. So you will understand. Don't look at the legal perspective. Just try to understand what problems societies are facing. That will give an idea, and that will help you to decide your specialization. As Sarah says that today we are, simply we know that a criminal lawyer, civil lawyer, and corporate lawyer, and all these things. If I share my experience, I did my PhD in international space law, and not only the rocket and all these things, I'm concerned about the sustainability of the outer space. We are dumping the satellites into the space. In one launch, we are sending 100 plus satellites. Nobody is bothered about to remove that thing. Reason? There is no specific laws. We are having international treaties and convention, and you all know that how this treaties and convention is working. So we need to think that what are the future, what a kind of lawyer societies are demanding after 5 years.
So earlier the skills for lawyers that were needed, the first lawyers in India, do you know what the skill was? You just had to know English, because the lawyer was a go-between the court, which was judge who knew only English, and the client. But as we go ahead, when it's become more professional, we see that the skills have changed. So when students are entering into law, this is something that we must definitely have, a reading habit. And the other is that you have to have curiosity. You need to be able to find out more. So of course, I keep telling students, you can write a paper with just looking at Wikipedia or just using ChatGPT, but you will not be able to pass with that paper, because everyone else will be doing the same thing. You have to have that something more. So that curiosity to find out something more is what is needed. If all students do internships, the interns who stand out are those who do that something more. You know, when recruiters come, many people have similar grades, but the students that stand out for the better jobs, I'm talking about my national law school experience, are students who have that something more. Even if students choose not to do law and to do something
There is only
else,
one word, that is called acceptance. Believe me, 80-90% of your competition is just gone away. The moment you accept this particular fact, that in case whenever we talk about the rules and regulation, if you accept that particular rules and regulation, that is specifically preparing you in terms of the futuristic approach. And last point is like always be the leader and develop your leadership skills and work with the team in a manner where you are the stewards with respect to your working. And all the very
Sir, I am good in debating. Can I be a lawyer? Okay. I am good in writing. Can I be a lawyer? I am good in say analytics. Can I be a lawyer? Okay. These are very basic and I would say childish questions. Sometimes it might come up from students, and the right answer is you develop as a lawyer, which I have also seen. Meaning you should have analytical skills, you should have research skills, you should have logical reasoning skills. I know you might think that these are all big words, but believe me, once you get into the profession, if you have the passion, you can definitely develop it over time. Because at the present, I would say the education structure that we have in India, you have exposure in 11th and 12th with respect to say science, commerce, but you don't have really the exposure that is required for law.
This is one of my research paper that I'm writing right now, where the track is about the glitches and the gaps that is being created on the part of regulation and compliances with AI and law. I think these two will definitely go ahead. However, I do not completely decline the idea that, of course, we are unwarranted when we talk about AI. For example, I would not name the institution. They conducted a trial, a very premier, eminent institution about technology, about carless drivers. Now, I'll give you a very small picture about it. Now, this carless driver, it was on a trial and run. What happened was it went out of control and some minor injuries were done. Now the question, now here the lawyer inside me, though I'm a professor, but of course we are inherently all lawyers over here. So the question is, who is going to be held accountable? The manufacturing company or the software developers or multiple people in the row? So the question what the student or maybe the guardian who would have asked, I would completely align to it. However, I do not decline to the idea that we are in the process. But as of now, as far as my legal acumen and research is concerned, and the readings that I have done as of now, I think we are definitely in lack of the compliances, not just in India, but at the global level as well.